first things first. His soul, his beingness, his embodiment, okay, he's got to somehow protect his budding beauty called Snow White, his emerging self, okay, this potential of who he'd be had he been loved, this potential that he's meant to have his beingness and his embodiment in his life. He's meant to be connected to himself. He's meant to have an identity, an authentic identity, a personhood. Like he's meant to have that personhood feeling that he feels real and alive. He's got the gifts of the treasure of the real self. He's got all the capacities of the real self. Empathy, gratitude, affection, making amends, reparation, creativity, joy, the whole quote-unquote human side of being him. Love and affection, morality, ethics, virtue, the whole, you name it. All the pleasure and delight is in there. All that's frozen. Right? A lot of that's frozen. That's called the budding beauty. Now, since it's called the feminine, called the beingness, symbolized by a princess like Snow White in a coma, Rapunzel locked in a tower, Maiden King morphs into a swan, flies away. Different ways of showing this core, the authentic core of a person. In the Greek myth, this core, earth opens up, she gets pulled down. A tribute to this was Inside Out, the Inside Out film. Joey Sadis got zooped away. This core got pulled down onto the other world, so not a part of us. Okay, now what's the byproduct? The metaphor of how we feel by the loss of our beingness or our soul. When shrinks use the word soul, they mean embodiment, beingness, feminine element. They just mean it like that. Or not just, but that's what they mean, I think. So the image is, the earth opens up, you see this chasm there. Okay. In the Inside Out 2 film, you see a chasm in the scene. Okay. This huge gaping hole in the earth, a geological metaphor, this crack in the earth like that. And the associated emotion was the mind workers called the Sar-Chasm workers, sarcasm. They're very sarcastic, those characters. Due to the chasm, due to the sarcasm. They're sarcastic, and they're called sarcastic because of the chasm. Hence, they were called the sarcasm characters. So, if this is like a core basic fault that takes place, someone calls it the basic fault. This core basic fault, there's something really fundamental went wrong. Something very fundamental went wrong. The child had to feel this gaping sense of emptiness, the shame and the guilt. He can't even know it. Soul fragments, Tin Man, Scarecrow, Lion. So he's kind of lost now. He's, who am I? This leads to what Karen Horney calls a paucity of inner experiences. Your beingness and your embodiment is missing, and you can't be there because there's a hole there. You can't stand there. You can't feel there. It's missing. You've got this whole missingness. You know, if the princess morphs into a swan and flies away, where's the princess? If Snow White's in a coma, Rapunzel's in a tower, etc., how do you have your beingness like that? And in its place, you got this chasm, this void, like empty kind of feeling. And it's pain. It's called psychic pain, emotional pain like this. Now, the mercy is the brain senses endorphins to numb it over, called the swoon. There's a pain so utter, she says, it swallows substance up,